Thoughts about love today. So one of the things that I've been doing in my own life in relation to the people that I love is loving people like I want to be loved myself. And so that requires a lot of reflection, because usually we think about what we want from the other person. What do I want to experience with this person? What do I desire to feel and do with this person? But in reality, they are them and I am me. And just because I desire something does not mean they want that too. And what does that then, what would that look like? You know, if I were to exert some amount of force on that person's will to receive the type of interaction that I may desire. When framed that way, it doesn't sound great. And what I recognize is that in a variety of ways, we exert force on people's will to receive the type of interaction we desire. I see it in other people. I definitely have seen it in myself. One way in the past has been through using lots of seduction. So in my younger years, I loved seducing people. I loved it. I would use my beauty and my body and my mind in order to convince them or move them closer to offering the type of experiences I wanted. And the space that I'm in now, putting myself at the center of my choices and my way of moving, I don't want to receive that type of force from other people. I don't want someone exerting force on my will to receive the type of interactions they desire if they don't align with what I desire. And so sometimes that means that I speak from my perspective, I may be engaging with someone, having met someone, and I may be attracted to them. I may be romantically or sexually attracted to them, but they've made it clear that they're not open for that. Okay. Reasonable, right? Like, we all get to decide that for ourselves. So I hold that boundary for them. I honor that boundary. I'm very cautious to not exert my will, to not exert force on their will. Those are the words I'm looking for. I don't want to push someone closer towards something I want to do because I want to do it. They wouldn't enjoy that. That doesn't feel right. It feels kind of gross to me, actually. And so when I'm talking with friends about what it feels like to want more from their partner than their partner is offering, or a friend, or romantic interest, or whatever, the perspective that I have is the way that I love people is about honoring how I feel within myself, feeling the love that I feel within myself, enjoying the love that I feel within myself, but loving them in a way as well that honors their self. And that includes the boundaries and limits that they set for their life, for their time, their energy. To me, I couldn't love any other way. I couldn't love in a way where I would pressure them to engage in things they didn't want to be engaging in. That to me is not an expression of love as I see it and as I understand it. It would be dishonoring them as a person to push past their boundaries. And if I love them, that's the last thing I want to do. look at me and say, that didn't feel good. I don't want them to look at me and say, you made me feel uncomfortable. You know, like, that's not the way I want them to experience me and the love that I have for them. So I'm very careful these days to ensure, to double check, to confirm that I am operating within the frameworks that feel good to them and myself. There's a lot of ways to use coercive control on people, and I see it a lot now that I'm becoming aware of it within myself. I'm seeing it in other people, whether on social media or in my friends, you know, conversations with my friends or wherever, family. And it's just, I'm really trying to ensure that I'm not engaging in those behaviors. Because when I love someone, I honor them as they are, with their boundaries and limits and ideas and all of that. And if it made me feel so bad or awful within myself to honor them as they are, then I would have to check that within myself. Why do I feel such a need to exert this force to get the reaction that I want? Because that's problematic. And that's not how I move in love. That's something else.